I'm Miranda from Peaceful Living with Miranda, and I help mums with their own well-being and everything that comes with that so that they can be the parents they want to be. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Miranda from Peaceful Living with Miranda, and I hope you're having a beautiful, beautiful day. We are going to be sharing about how to listen to your inner voice. Now, this is one of my favorite topics. I love talking about it because having that relationship with yourself is just as important as having one with other people. Okay, so today I'm going to be sharing about listening to your inner voice, 3 tips, because I nearly always share 3 tips unintentionally, but it's a really, really great number to be able to remember. So 3 tips on how to listen to your inner voice coming right up. Listening to your inner voice. Very, very important, being able to listen to that intuition, being able to understand what is going on inside you in order to act authentically, be authentic, set your boundaries where they need to be set, find out about setting boundaries. I'm going to be doing a video on that very soon. Setting boundaries and being able to understand where you're actually coming from yourself is so, so important. And listening to your inner voice is a huge part of understanding all that about yourself, and on a moment-to-moment basis. Okay, so we're going to be talking about inner voice. The first thing, what do you need to do first? So number 1 is stop and take the time to actually listen. Now, a lot of us want to just run through life and go, oh, I feel like doing this, I feel like doing that. Well, that's great. That's really great. But if you can stop and start to actually cultivate that relationship with yourself, start to understand yourself, understand what your body feels like, for starters. Understand what it feels like in your tummy when you follow your intuition or follow your inner voice, follow what you actually feel is right, what you feel called to. What does that feel like in your body? Okay, what does it feel like when you actually are quiet with yourself? What does it feel like if you imagine, and sometimes using imagination is really, really helpful in these situations. If you imagine yourself as a small child, as your inner child, and you are talking to inner you, how does that conversation go? What does that mean? And when you do listen to yourself, what does it feel like inside your body? Does it feel comfortable? Do you feel invigorated? Do you feel motivated? Do you feel like, yes, we just hit that nail on the head right there? What do you feel like when you actually do listen to your inner voice and you move exactly where you need to move and how you need to? I know what that feels like for me, and it feels fantastic when I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing and I'm being ultra authentic to who I am and who I'm called to be. That is an amazing space to be working out of. And I just want everyone to be able to work out of that space. Okay, none of us do it all the time, but we try to do it the best that we can as often as we can, because it's really where we're supposed to be. Number 2, listening to your inner voice. What can you do? So ask yourself these 2 questions. I've got 2 questions for you, very helpfully on number 2 today. 2 questions to ask yourself when you are being faced with a decision, when you're being faced with something and go, I don't know what to do in this situation, and you're not always going to get an answer. Let's just put a little caveat in there. You're not always going to get an answer for what you want your inner voice to tell you, because your inner voice is you. It doesn't know everything. Okay, so if you feel in your intuition, in your inner voice, that you are supposed to be doing something, then do it. Okay, but asking these 2 questions is really, really helpful. So asking these 2 questions is really, really helpful. The first one is this what I really need? Is this something that I need in my life? Can I manage it in my life? Can I manage without it in my life? Is this work that I need to be taking because I actually need to make money for my family? Okay, that sort of stuff. Yeah, sometimes you have to go, you know what, it doesn't really feel like what I want to be doing, but I really need to take it because there's no other jobs and I really need to make money for my family. So asking yourself if it's a need that you have, then yes, you might have to answer yes and do something that you really, really, really need to be doing. The second thing is ask, is this something that I really get excited about? So if this is not one of those, ride or die situations where you actually just have to make a choice, then is this something that you get excited about? If you're starting a business, if you are going to offer to be the basketball coach, I'm the basketball coach for one of my daughter's teams, is it something that you're really excited about? Does it make you go, yes, I so want to do that? That sounds really, really fun, and I'm going to be able to achieve it, and it's going to be in good time frame for me, and all those other things. So listening to your inner voice doesn't mean throwing all your practicalities out the window. It doesn't mean throwing logic out the window. It means having that as another person, another voice that weighs in, as well as having those logical things and those financial things, those really practical things that you have to be listening to. For me, that's the way I use my inner voice and my calling and what I feel. And for me, it's about faith as well, as some of you know, but that's exactly how I use it, as part of the whole, because it is part of my whole well-being space. Okay, whereas if I do something that is counterintuitive to my inner voice and to my calling, then I can really feel it, and I end up burning out, and I end up feeling really, I really wish I didn't sign up for that. That's the sort of stuff that happens when I don't feel like I've actually gone with what I felt was right. So this is why it's so important to me personally that I follow my inner voice and follow what I feel called to do, because if I'm not feeling it, I'm not doing it. That's it. So, and that doesn't mean just act on your feelings. Obviously, we use that whole scope, just as another little caveat in there, but using your inner voice is very important, because for me, it's authenticity. Number 3, and again, just before we jump into number 3, I want to invite you to like and subscribe to my channel. I share lots and lots of different things on wellbeing for women, wellbeing for mums, so that they can help their children. And often I share parenting tips and those sorts of things as a teacher and as a parenting coach. I have just recently started my women's wellbeing gatherings. So they're once a month virtual meetups, basically on Zoom. And we come along, we learn a little bit, and then we have a little workshop, and we leave with some goals to set up for the month. Okay, so this was set up for parents or mums, basically, who don't have a lot of time, don't always have the funds behind them to be able to jump into coaching, which of course you can still do if you want to, but this is something that is meant to really, really, really share with women in a really great space, to be able to get a little bit of expertise from a coach, but also take that time yourself to come back, recenter, think about what I'm doing for the next month. How am I going to look after myself and my family? This is the sort of thing that it's for. So if you're interested in that, then check out my website at peacefullivingwithmiranda.org. But for now, let's get back to the video. Okay, number 3. Let's really jump into number 3 now. Now, number 3 is one of my favorites again. If you are a loyal follower and you've been watching me for a while, you will know that I love to share about journaling. Now, journaling is super amazing, so amazing that I've got my own range of journals and I love to share them with my people. So journaling, get used to how you function. Get used to how you write. Write to yourself, write to a friend, write to God, if that's what you believe in. Write to whatever, okay? Write letters, and then, or just words, that's fine. It doesn't have to be a letter, just Dear Diary. That's how a lot of people start their journaling. So if you can write a journal regularly, you will start to have those thoughts, feelings, worries, ponderings and wanderings come out of you onto the page. Yes, it takes a little bit of practice, okay? Not always. Some of us are not massive writers, and that's okay. But if you can build that journaling practice, it is so helpful for you, and really, really, really probably the top thing that will help with your listening to your inner voice and understanding yourself more. I've got a self-discovery journal that is intended literally for exactly this practice. It's 28 days, and you basically just do a quick journal prompt every day. Super, super cool, and check it out below in the description if you want to know more about it. But otherwise, I hope you guys really, really, really learned something from this video about how to relate to your inner voice, how to listen to your inner voice. It's so important to be able to do that, because once you understand yourself a bit better, and it's a long journey and a continual journey, then you can start to make those decisions in your life that really do boost who you want to be, who you want to be remembered as, who you want to be for your children, who you want to be for yourself, for your partner, for the things that you bring to the world. Otherwise, I'm Miranda from Peaceful Living with Miranda. Jump on the website if you want to find out anything more, and have a beautiful, beautiful day. Bye.